Hello and welcome to the BMC Systems Management Training Series. In this session, you will learn how to customize your DMRBEXnn parameter member for MainView for DB2 in order to automatically identify potential runaway threads. The DMRBEX member, which is distributed with your MainView for DB2 product, allows you to set various options which control the operation of MainView for DB2. One of the main features of this member is to customize your background exception or sampler monitors. All of the possible options that are available for this member or parameters to be coded are documented in the DMRBEXnn member, which is distributed in your MainView for DB2 BBPARM dataset. This will have your high-level qualifier in it that is specific to your site. All options are commented out in the DMRBEXnn member, typically when the product is distributed, and all the defaults will be taken. In order to customize this member, you must copy it from the BBPARM dataset into your UBBPARM dataset, which is the user-modified MainView for DB2 parameter file, and make your modifications in the UBBPARM dataset to your DMRBEX member. This member also defines MainView for DB2 parameters, which control the logging of your DB2 subsystem messages to the BBI journal. It also allows you to enable and activate various background sampler exceptions, which we're going to demonstrate today. You can also modify the plan name, which we use for the MainView for DB2 call attachment facility, if you do not like the one that we use by default. You can customize your application tracing options, and you can enable or disable other various monitoring features. The DMRBEXnn member is loaded when the MainView for DB2 product address space, or PAS, is started. The DMRBEX parameter values can be modified and reloaded dynamically by issuing the .e space p DMRBEX suffix command in the BBI journal log. Here is an example of the DMRBEXnn member on our demo system here at BMC. The parameters for each DB2 subsystem follow the target equal statement for the subsystem. So in our example here, our DB2X DB2 subsystem has all of these parameters which apply to it. And then our next DB2 subsystem, DB2Y, the parameters for that subsystem follow that target equal statement. The message equal parameters are the parameters we will be discussing in more detail in this session. These are the ones that control the execution of what are called the background sampler exception monitors, which are used to automatically warn users of runaway DB2 threads. The message equal parameter controls what types of DB2 threads you wish to monitor for runaway queries or a high level of activity. For example, the DZ0610W message monitors those DB2 threads that are coming through from IMS MPP connections. The DZ0620W message will monitor those DB2 threads that are coming through the CICS transaction attachment facility. And message DZ0630W will monitor those DB2 threads that are initiated from a TSO user's address space. So to enable a specific message, you would code the message equal parameter and that message code in the DMRBEXnn member, followed by the thresholds that you have customized for your specific site to be triggered and let you know when that threshold is exceeded that you have a runaway DB2 thread. Here are the additional keyword parameters that you could potentially add to your message equal statements for each type of DB2 traffic to customize the situations for notification when you think you have a thread that is possibly a runaway thread. Here you can identify the amount of CPU that is being used by an individual thread, or the get page rate that has been exceeded, or the elapsed or wall clock time that has been exceeded. And the documentation for each one of these explains what each keyword means. Here is an example of the DMRBEXnn member we are using for one of our demo DB2 subsystems at BMC. My target equals statement identifies that all of the statements following this will apply to my DJJ1 DB2 subsystem. Here I have activated the message equal DZ0640W keyword parameter, which will notify me for batch DB2 threads when any individual thread exceeds the total number of get pages of 3,000. That will signify that I have a runaway query in this case. As my batch thread executes, when it exceeds the specified 3,000 total get pages, the following DZ0640W message is produced and can be displayed on the ST-MON-EX view in MainView for DB2, where your background sampler monitor exceptions are displayed. The runaway thread warning messages that are produced from the DZ messages you customize in the DMRBEXnn member are also tallied and shown on the S1 Health DB2 Health Overview dashboard in the column titled Thread Exceptions. This concludes our session on how to customize the MainView for DB2 DMRBEXnn parameter member in order to automatically identify runaway threads.